Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do a short review of The Artist's Way, and I'm going to talk about why I love this book and how I use it to jumpstart my own creativity. So let's hop inside and get started right away. So this book has been out a long time, and this is probably a first edition. I've had it forever. And so when I first got it, I thought I was going to go through cover to cover and do all the chapters. And how it's set up is that there's 12 chapters, and each chapter you're supposed to spend a week doing. It's like it's almost like an extended workshop. Now you certainly can do it that way, and if you're a person who really likes to do things in a structured way, there's online groups and all kinds of things where you can go through and do it that way. You can join a group, you can start a group. There's lots of libraries that have Artist's Way groups and art councils and such that will put together Artist's Way groups. When this came out, there was no such thing, but I did have a couple of other artist friends at the time that were going through it. So I did try to go through the whole thing originally. My big takeaways and things that have stuck through thick and thin with me have been the artist dates and the morning pages. Now, morning pages I have not done consistently for 30 years or however long this book has been out, but I go back to them. And the thing that made the morning pages, which are 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing, this helps unblock your creativity. And what it is that you're just going to, whatever pops into your mind, write out in a notebook. It doesn't have to be a fancy notebook. It doesn't have to be an expensive journal. It can just be a notebook like, like a notebook that you would buy for like high school, just like scribbling down notes and things like that. And you just write out your 3 pages every day. You don't go back and read them. It could just be, if you can't think of what to say, you could just write, I don't know what to say here, until all of a sudden, all the nonsense and things that are in your head just start pouring out. And it's just a way, it's a mind dump. So it unlocks your creativity, and it's a really good practice. Now, in the beginning, I was following the book to the T, and in the book it says that before you do anything else, this is where I got stuck. It said, before you do anything else, before you start your day, before you get dressed, before you're out of the bedroom. Now, I can't function before I've had coffee. So once I figured out that I could do my regular routine and take a shower and have a cup of coffee, morning pages got a lot easier for me. So you can kind of like tailor this to your own life. So that's what I did. And then morning pages became a lot easier for me because I cannot do anything before I have a little bit of coffee in me. My brain doesn't function. So things like that made it a lot easier for me to cope with. Now, I don't do it consistently, but I will do it for a few months at a time. And then, every time I need a jump start, I go back to it. And I have, the friend that I've known, most of my life who also uses this will go back to his morning pages as well. And we kind of, are you doing the pages? We'll talk about it like that. And then there's something else, which is a cornerstone to this book, called The Artist's Date. And it's where you set aside time to do something that is just for you. So you take a walk in the countryside, you go outside and walk your dog, you go to a junk shop and just poke around. You don't have to spend money to do any of these things. You can go to the beach, you can go to a museum show or a gallery show and just get inspired by other people's artworks. These are all things that you can do for free. You can, just meet up with a friend or something like that. You're supposed to really do some of these things by yourself, but I see no harm in going to a gallery with a friend or something like that. So those are my main takeaways of this book. It also has wonderful quotes all throughout the book, which I adore. And learn to get in touch with the silence within yourself and know that everything in this life has a purpose. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. So that's just one of them, but there's like all throughout this book, there's just wonderful quotes and things like that almost on every page. And here's another one. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. Oscar Wilde. And so all through the book, there's these lovely quotes and things that make you think in kind of a deeper way. And so my thing with this book is that you can use it as it suits you. Instead of feeling like, if you're a person that really feels like you have to do absolutely everything in a book, you don't have to. You could take what resonates in here and leave the rest behind, because it does have a little bit of a religious overtone to it. And if that isn't for you, don't walk away from this book, because this book has a lot of really wonderful things in it. And there's so much in here that you can take away and really get a lot of value from. It's definitely worth taking a look at. And there's, if you're a writer, a visual artist, any kind of creative pursuit, a dancer, a singer, anything in the arts where you want to tap into your inner creativity, this is a wonderful book. And I can't really recommend it enough. So this is a keeper, and it's been very popular for very many years, and I can't say enough about it. So that's my review on The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron.